Howdy doody YouTube, I'm UniqueSKD, and welcome to my fanfic reading of Thrown Abroad, a story on a FIMfiction.net, written by one, what the fuck, Nia Uruzu, I think? Well, that's how I'm saying it, anyway. This story was brought to my attention by one of my recent subscribers, by the name of Tyler Roach. So shout out to you, bro. Hi. I thought I'd do the first chapter of the story today while I'm waiting for my game to download from Steam. I just bought that Nether game, and it's just doing some updates. So got time to kill while I'm waiting. So without further ado, let's get into this shit. Okay, Thrown Abroad. Chapter 1. The Changeling hive was dark, wet, and smelly. Like an ex-girlfriend's anus. Nah, it doesn't really say that. I'm sorry. Okay, I won't make any more jokes. The Changeling hive was dark, wet, and smelly. A single changeling hesitantly trotted through it, having just been called by his queen for a reason he didn't yet know. All he knew was that it was urgent. It probably had something to do with the failed attempt at taking over Equestria just a few days prior. His flank still hurt from being thrown out by that love shield thing. Luckily, it hadn't taken the changelings long to regroup after that, but the damage was already done. He scurried on to the throne room where Queen Chrysalis sat. She didn't look very pleased, does she ever? Ah, you must be number 37 of the Royal Guard, the Queen said, more a statement than a question. Changelings didn't have names, they merely had a number and an occupation. He was number 37 of the Queen's Royal Guard, the very last number. Coincidentally, he was also ranked number 37. He nodded meekly. Yes, my queen. I'm sorry if you didn't like that, but I'm giving this guy a voice, so deal with it. Just this guy, because I can't do voices for female characters because I'm a bloke. But anyway, moving on. Do you know why I called you here? Queen Chrysalis stood up from her throne, which looked more like a glorified pile of rocks to the little changeling, and paced about. No, my queen. It's because you're to blame for our failure in Canterlot, she stated matter-of-factly. He was silent for a few seconds. Huh? He sputtered out. But I was on guard. The only ponies I let through were those 6 elementary types, and you told us they weren't worth bothering. Exactly. One of them helped the Pink Princess, one of those foolish lovebirds, escape, and you didn't do anything about it. What do you have to say for yourself? The Queen stopped pacing about and cast a short glance at him. He was cowering like a little hatchling. Being called by the Queen herself because he made a mistake meant you were going to get some severe punishment. Even if it wasn't your fault. Well, that's not fair. You didn't even do anything, he thought. It's your fault as well. He was about to voice his thoughts, but reminded himself that Queen Chrysalis probably had enough power to flatten him like a pancake. Pancakes. Or worse. I was just, He tried fumbling his way to a presentable excuse, but he couldn't come up with anything. The tall and slender Queen raised a brow. Nothing? She raised her hoof and cast a bored look through its holes. Then I suppose you will require punishment. The changeling flinched, but didn't say anything. She sat down on her throne again. For disrupting our efforts to take over Equestria, and thus taking away a great source of nourishment for the entire hive, you are hereby banished! Sorry, she stated shortly. Banished! He cried out. That's... He wanted to say impossible. But being the queen of all changelings, she probably had the power to throw him out of the hive, figuratively or literally. "I'm sorry! It wasn't my fault! I'll do better than next time! I promise! Just please give me another chance!" The queen tisked. "A traitor? Reduced to pleading? How sad! Any last words before you leave?" He sat frozen. He couldn't think of anything, nor did he particularly want to move from that spot. "Very well, then. I'll throw you out myself." Before he could react, he was picked up in Queen Chrysalis's magical grip. The queen is missing a capital Q, by the way, if the author just so happens to be watching this, and hoisted out of the cave. On the way out, several changelings stared at him. Some waved at him, and some snickered. Could you imagine that? "Oh, there goes number 37. Bye!" As he was levitated out of the hive, he pondered on what he would do. He didn't have the foggiest idea. Sorry, I've got a mouth ulcer today, so it's ballsing this reading up. Sorry. After he got set down, he'd probably find some place nearby the hive to live, in case they wanted him back. However, that plan was cut short, as for the second time in a few days, he was flung through the air towards an unknown destination. Apparently, the queen wanted him far away. Very, very far away, he noticed as he hurtled through the sky. He saw a forest pass by below him, followed by some grasslands, then a village, a lake, and so on. He was vaguely aware of some loud noise. Oh yeah, he was screaming. He wasn't aware that he was screaming? Okay. Oh yeah, he was screaming. That sort of happened when involuntarily flying at high speeds, he remembered. Okay, I suppose that's a good point. After a while, he had to stop screaming, in part because he was out of breath, in part because his throat was becoming as dry as sandpaper. Oh God. Luckily, he had started to slow down and lose altitude a bit. Well, that was depending on his definition of lucky. He was still going pretty fast, and he saw some mountains coming up in the distance. He hoped fervently that he wouldn't hit them. High-speed projectiles and hard walls didn't mix very well. Yep, that's true. I've been there. He was getting closer to the ground now. He seemed to be heading straight for some wild-looking forest, which seemed excellent. There were enough trees and bushes to cushion his fall, so he wouldn't have too many injuries. He swore he could even see a small village nearby. Oh, is that the same one that he passed over, you think? He was going at a fairly manageable speed now, and was within a hoof's reach of the trees. He grabbed one, and with more whiplash than he would have liked, managed to get a branch through one of the holes in his hooves. Sometimes, great changeling philosophers and biologists pondered the seemingly useless holes in the legs of changelings. Now he knew. They were excellent for hanging onto branches. And that's why they have holes. It was just too bad that he didn't have a way to let go of the branch. Yeah. Could use some fingers, huh? He fidgeted around, but found he couldn't dislodge the branch from his hoof. Something help? I'm kind of stuck here, he said to the empty forest while dangling from the branch. There wasn't a living thing in sight. Would there even be animals in a forest like this? Maybe there were predators. He panicked as he realized he probably shouldn't have called out. There probably weren't changelings around here. The only things that would come to this forest were fierce predators who would see him as a tasty piñata, and ponies who would see him as a piñata to take some sweet revenge on. He swung himself about, trying to get his hoof off the branch it was stuck on. As he stopped to catch his breath, he could see it. Damn this fucking ulcer! As he stopped to catch his breath, he could hear a sound from above. A grumble? The beginning of a roar? It sounded suspiciously like cracking wood. Oh. He cast a glance up and saw the branch breaking off right where he held onto it. Oh, crud, was all he managed to say before the branch broke. sending him hurtling into the air. Through the air once more. I am sorry for ballsing this up. It's not easy when you got an ulcer. Oh god, this is going to cost me some views. Sorry, Tyler, for ballsing this up for you, mate. Yeah, just give me a moment. Just give me a moment to compose myself. Okay, alright, I'm back. This time, however... No, I'm sorry, I'll start that other paragraph again. It sounded suspiciously like cracking wood. He cast a glance up and saw the branch breaking off right where he held onto it. "Oh, crud," was all he managed to say before the branch broke, sending him hurtling through the air once more. Nailed it! Yes! This time, however, it took him only a short time to reach safe ground, although not before he had managed to fall headfirst due to his flailing. He hit the ground with a hard thud, taking some dirt with him. He dizzily stood up and stumbled around a bit, his eyes rolling in their sockets. He could see stars. Was it night? No, it was only morning. Maybe afternoon. Silly 37. There aren't any stars during the day, he thought to himself. He shook the dizziness off him and spat out the huge clump of dirt that had apparently collected in his mouth. Ugh. Surrounding him were trees, bushes, a few flowers, and other things that couldn't talk or feel or communicate otherwise. He let out a short sigh. What am I going to do now? Having few other options aside from sit here and starve, he decided to walk in the direction of the little village he had seen. With some luck, he could find some unsuspecting pony couple to feed on. He was, after all, a changeling. They only took love to survive, and they could eat other foods, but those wouldn't satisfy. I don't really get that. I'm sorry I'm pausing throughout the story and all that. I'm sorry for this bullshit, but I never do understand that. They eat love to survive, but they can eat other foods. But these other foods won't satisfy. I'm not saying it's. I don't know what I'm saying. I just don't. I just usually don't understand how they can eat other foods but not be satisfied with them. It's kind of like a vampire needing to drink blood to live, but he can eat cake and shit. Oh god, it even says cake here right now, actually. But yeah, I never did understand that. Or maybe I'm just being an idiot. I don't know. Probably that. Yeah. I've lost my place. Oh no, I haven't. Okay. He was, after all, a changeling. They only took love to survive, and they could eat other foods, but those wouldn't satisfy. He remembered sneaking away a slice of cake at the royal wedding. It was delicious, although it didn't still his hunger. Sorry. He found himself thinking about the Queen's accusation. It couldn't have been his fault that she failed in her plan to take over Equestria. While those ponies had been doing whatever it was that made them win, the Queen had been busy gloating about her victory. Point taken. He made a good point. It was the bitch's fault. He snorted. Stupid ponies. Stupid wedding. Stupid Queen. We'll defeat you with the power of love because we're namby-pamby ponies. Whee! He mused in a high-pitched voice. How ridiculous. He continued in a deeper, somewhat feminine voice. I'm going to let you continue what you're doing because I'm stupid. At least mocking those ponies and his queen. Sorry, ex-queen, he realised, since he was thrown out of the hive, made him feel a little better. It wasn't long before he made it out of the forest. The walk had been easy and calm, but he certainly didn't want to go through the same forest at night. Not that he was afraid of the dark or anything, he was an incredibly brave changeling, so what if he was a bit jumpy? He had arrived at a stream of water at the edge of the forest. A little bit ahead was a bridge, and on the other side, lo and behold, a village. Excellent, he muttered to himself, licking his lips. Oh god, I just made him sound like he was eating someone out. That's how changelings get their love. They just lay a woman in bed and go like, get on the bed, bitch, I'm hungry. Oh god, no wonder I'm lonely. Oh god, I am a sick man. Excellent, he muttered to himself, licking his lips. Now, I just need a disguise. Okay, and that was chapter 1 of Thrown Abroad. And, hang on, wait a minute, what's this? The hell? The game's still not downloaded yet. Oh, bullshit. Well, well, in that case, you know what? Screw it. Let's make this 2 chapters then. I think I can fit another one in. Yeah, I can fit another chapter in. Okay then. Looks like it's your lucky day, viewers. You're going to get 2 chapters off me. Oh, aren't you lucky? Of course you are, because I treat you so nicely, don't I? You lucky motherfuckers. Okay, so here you go then. Chapter 2 of Thrown Abroad. The changeling sat down and rubbed his front hooves together. A disguise is simple. Think of one. Use your innate changeling magic and presto, you looked like a pony. He did so and peered into the river to check his appearance. The ripples in the water distorted his reflection a little, but he could clearly see a black face with a horn, 2 large, bright blue eyes, and 2 fangs. Ah. He blinked a few times. That isn't what a pony looks like, he noted. That's just my regular appearance. Baffled, he tried again, only to receive the same outcome. What's going on? Changing is easy. I should be out. He was rudely interrupted by a particular sound, the sound of a rumbling stomach. A very loudly rumbling stomach. Oh, of course. He hadn't had any love to feed on for quite some time, and he didn't have enough energy to disguise himself now. That complicated things a bit. Time for plan B then. Sneak into the village and... he hadn't actually quite figured out what to do once he got there. That would come later. He'd cross that bridge when he came to it. For now, he had to improvise. He crossed the bridge and saw a sign that said, Ponyville ahead. Ponyville? What a lousy and ridiculous name, he thought. Oh, you cheeky motherfucker. At least changeling hives had names like Hive number 3.14 and Hive number 00034. Much easier. Right. Of course it is. Oh, well, wait. They have different hives? So there's more than one hive. Oh, I thought it was like... I thought they all lived in like one hive. So would this mean that like there's more? There's more of them around the place? So there could be more queens and shit? Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Moving on, he came past a cottage that was made out of a hill? A tree? It looked preposterous. I'm surprised he's a changeling that knows that word. A yellow Pegasus. Oh, I know who this one is. A yellow Pegasus with a pink mane and tail was tending to some animals around the house, singing some awful song about pets or something. You cheeky, cheeky fucker. How dare you insult Fluttershy? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you, you cheeky fucker? It was a horribly sweet-sounding song, but the changeling could sense the love the Pegasus had for the animals she cared for. If he could change into an animal right now, it would have been easy pickings for a meal. Insulting Fluttershy when she's singing, you cheeky motherfucker. I'm sorry I'm swearing, guys, but that is just plain rude. That is just rude. However, bothering the Pegasus at this moment would be a bad idea, considering he still looks like a changeling. Who knew what her reaction would be? He didn't get the feeling that this pony would attack him, though. He also got the feeling he should recognise her from somewhere. Yeah, you should, mate. But he couldn't remember from where. It probably wasn't important. Yeah. Checking around the perimeter of the house, he found a basket with a large, tattered, light grey cloth in it. It was probably a bed for an animal of some kind, but it probably wouldn't mind if the changeling took the cloth. Oh, he's a cheeky motherfucker, and he's a dirty thief. Great. Might make a good cloak if I can find something to secure it with. There, now, don't eat too fast, every pony, he heard the Pegasus say, although very softly. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to feed the little animals inside the house now, okay? Okay, bye. The changeling decided to leave the house. He didn't want to get caught, nor did he want to get closer to the source of that awful singing. You cheeky fucker! I am sorry, viewers, but this is cheek. This is absolute cheek. I like Fluttershy. I respect her. She's badass. How dare you? How dare you insult Fluttershy? How dare you? How dare you, you cheeky changeling motherfucker? Oh, by the way, if you don't like me swearing, guys, I do apologise, but you know, I've said it now. It's being recorded, so deal with it. If you don't like swearing in this story, then you're on the wrong channel. Go find someone else reading this story. Further down the road, he reached an apple orchard. Wait, what? Wait. Further down the road. What? He reached an apple orchard. Damn it, I cannot read! He reached an apple orchard named Sweet Apple Acres, surrounded by a long white fence. Right. Okay, so wait a minute. Just how far are the characters' houses from each other exactly? Further, so wait. According to this story, Sweet Apple Acres is like just down the road from Fluttershy. But is it really? Huh. Is it really that far? Oh, I thought, because I'd have thought it'd be like, I'd have thought it'd be like, I don't know, on the other side of town or something. Although I suppose in the show, I think in the show it's been implied it is near the Everfree Forest, and Fluttershy is near the Everfree Forest. Interesting. I might actually look that up after this game's downloaded, which is taking forever. Oh god, I'm sorry for straying away. I get distracted easily. Right. Yeah. Oh yes. The name Sweet Apple Acres itself was already horrid enough to turn him away from it. He was about to continue towards the village, but the sound of two talking ponies made him jump into a nearby bush. Whee! Silently, he watched the two. One of them was a cyan Pegasus with a messy rainbow-coloured mane hairdo. Oh, yay! Yay, Rainbow Dash! Yay, 20% cooler! Yay! And a pair of sunglasses on her muzzle. Yay, sunglasses! She was flying around another pony, an orange pony with a cowgirl hat. Yay, Applejack! Yay! Yay! On her blonde mane and small red bands in her mane and tail. She was flying around another pony, an orange pony with a cowgirl hat. Yay, Applejack! Yay! Yay! On her blonde mane and small red bands in her mane and tail. These two ponies seemed familiar to him, just like the Pegasus he saw earlier. I tell you, Applejack, I bet you no pony has ever seen another pony do so many loops and corkscrews, the cyan one arrogantly said. But of course no pony saw me, the awesome and amazing Rainbow Dash, this morning while I was practicing. Shame. Yeah, you so did not take that from the great and powerful Trixie. The orange one, apparently named Applejack, rolled her eyes. You say that every day, Rainbow, she said in a thick country accent that I cannot do for the life of me. And besides, I don't think any pony's going to be surprised with you after that Sonic Rainbow of yours. Rainbow Dash landed, took off her sunglasses and put them on the fence. Someday I'll make a super cool trick that makes a Sonic Rainbow look like a simple loop-de-loop. Oh, I don't suppose she means the double Sonic Rainbow. Ah, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Ah, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, hint, hint. Give me a like if you know the reference. You think you can do better than breaking the sound barrier and creating a rainbow at the same time? Applejack gave her a deadpan look. Of course! I just don't know how to yet. But I bet I'm going to think of something so cool it will blow your mind. Twice! Hint, hint. Rainbow Dash jumped up and started flying towards the orchard. But what about that apple pie you said you'd treat me to? Yeah, apple pie. Yeah, totally not a dirty reference. Nom nom. I wouldn't mind some of Applejack's apple pie. No, I'm just kidding. Nom nom. The orange mare rolled her eyes again. If it ain't flying, it's food with you. She went ahead of Rainbow Dash. Sure, let's go. The Changeling watched them as they went by. Whoever these two ponies were, they must be incredibly dumb. Oh, you cheeky bastard! The Sonic Rainbow was no more than a story for little Changeling grubs, and most importantly of all, impossible. So wait, how do they know of the rainbow? How do they know? Never mind. These two ponies must have been friends with each other, which was a ridiculous notion to the Changeling as well. You couldn't just give the love that came with it to each other indefinitely. Well, you could, but it would involve a little bit of bound chicka wow wow dark. You'd run out sometime, have to leave the hive in your friend to forage some love, and once you got back, you'd probably have forgotten who they were. How long were you gone? Then again, these were ponies and didn't feed on love. Such a strange concept. Oh, and you're... never mind. He noted that the Pegasus had left her sunglasses on the fence, and took them for himself. He'd return it later. He wasn't a thief. Yeah, I bet you're not. Well, not in that way. He stole love, yes, but stealing stuff from others was a whole different deal. Changelings have standards too, you know. It actually says that. You know? You know, like, you know, girl? You know, girlfriend? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. At least he could use his sunglasses to cover up his big blue eyes, so the ponies couldn't see them. Now I'm getting somewhere, he thought as he continued down the road. He had entered Ponyville a few houses back and had to carefully make his way around. He hadn't found anything useful yet, though. He stumbled onto a round building, decorated with colours ranging from white to purple, with a sign saying Carousel Boutique, oh, rarity, out front. As he looked inside through a window, he could see what was probably the most horrible, revolting, downright ugly thing he had ever seen. This abomination was all white. Oh, you cheeky fuck! My pony OC is white, so if you take the piss out of Rarity, you're taking the piss out of my OC as well. You cheeky bastard! Oh, I like him and I hate him. I'm kind of mixed. My OC's white. He's not ugly. I take offence to that. Or at least a very pale shade of grey. Right. And Batman drives a car that's a very, very dark grey as well. It's not black, it's very, very dark grey. Right, yeah. And had a purple curled mane and tail, which probably took the pony far too long to groom every day. To top it off, she was talking to another pony, a very small one, a foal, do they call them? With a curly pink and purple mane and tail. This little pony was looking quite dejected. Blah! I cannot talk with a fucking mouth ulcer. I am sorry. The little pony was looking quite dejected as the elder gave her some kind of lecture about fashion. He'd gotten bored after about 5 words and took a look around the room. His eyes couldn't help but wander off toward the 2 talking ponies, however. They were white, oh so very white, the ugliest colour imaginable for changelings. You cheeky fuck. I've said it so many times, but you cheeky fuck. Good-looking changelings were black, of course, which was obviously the prettiest colour. Then again, all changelings were black, but that was just a minor detail. Because it just pretty much guaranteed that all changelings were good-looking. Egotistical bastard. While the elder pony was still lecturing the younger, something about roughhousing with her friends or some other nonsense, the changeling spotted a safety pin lying just under the window he was looking through. He silently pulled open the window, which he noted was far too easy. Didn't ponies worry about burglars or anything? Well, I suppose if you can use magic to zap the fuckers, then you wouldn't, you know. Oh, intruder alert. Pew, pew, pew. Bang. Dead. He quickly slid his hoof through and picked up the safety pin, trying to make as little noise as possible. He sat down and looked at the things he had collected. Sunglasses to cover up his eyes and a cloak and safety pin to hide the rest of his body from view. Sure, he didn't have a mane and tail. Oh, doesn't he? I thought changelings did. Yeah. Okay. But he could probably make up an excuse for that. Judging from what he'd seen, these ponies had the intelligence of a door. You cheeky bastard! If you combine the whole village. Oh, you double cheeky bastard! Oh, you are so cheeky! You are such a cheeky motherfucking changeling bastard! Oh! I am sorry for the language, viewers, but if you don't like it, find another video that does this story. Otherwise, sit down, listen, and shut up. Nah, I'm just kidding. Or am I? I don't know anymore. Surely they'd fall for anything he told them. As he stood up, he rather loudly banged his head on the window he had opened. Oh, you deserved that. You deserved to bang your head on the window for making fun of these ponies. Calm as a bitch, isn't it? Oh, yes, calm as a bitch. Oh. Huh? What was that? He heard a voice say from inside. He jumped up and flew to the roof. As he peered down, he could see the pony with the purple curls in her mane looking outside the window. I don't know, Sweetie Belle. It was probably a bug flying against the window. Ha! She said. Must have been a really big bug then, Rarity. I'm never going to live that down. I'm never going to live down trying to do Sweetie Belle. He could hear the younger pony, apparently named Sweetie Belle, say from inside the building. As Rarity pulled her head back inside, she closed the window. It's funny, though. I don't remember opening this window today, he softly heard coming from inside, followed by a loud gasp. You don't think I'm becoming old, do you, Sweetie Belle? She proceeded to continue into some sort of hysterical rant about how she was becoming old and ugly I'm so pathetic! Not that she could get any uglier in the Changeling's eyes. Oh, you cheeky motherfucker! But he wasn't exactly willing to find out. He rolled his eyes and jumped from the roof, using his bug wings, to land softly. He threw the cloak around his body, making sure everything was concealed, including his tiny changeling penis. Lol. It doesn't say that, I put that in there. Don't worry. Then used the safety pin to fasten it. After putting on the sunglasses, he checked his reflection in another window. He looked like Will Smith. Nah. Or a pony version of Will Smith, I don't know. He would have to keep his eyes halfway shut because the glasses didn't cover all of his eyes. But at least he could see. Well, yeah, that's what you do with eyes. Aside from that, you could now probably pass for a pony, albeit a somewhat creepy one. Sadly, it was getting late, and he was rather sleepy. And I'm actually getting tired of waiting for this download to be done. So he decided to head back towards the forest. He didn't want to be seen sleeping on the street by some pony. They might check what he looks like, or worse, pity him. Okay. That would have been completely beneath him. But tomorrow? Tomorrow, it was time to forage.